welcome. This morning I'm going to be doing a couple sketches for you. I have a couch design I've been working on for some time, and so I wanted to do a proper drawing for it. Now I'm filming this in the morning as opposed to night time, so you'll hear a bit of bird sounds and other sounds. Alright, so to start with, just want to show you the sketches that I've been doing for this design. So now the other thing that I need to mention is that I normally film this with my phone, but for some reason I can't film past about 3 minutes, so I have to use the camera, which isn't quite as high quality, so hopefully you can still see this. So you can see here, this is my current lounge setup. So we have fireplace, window to outside, lets in a lot of light with the sun all day, so this lounge spot is quite a nice sunny area. There's also a few plants around the spot. Anyways, so right now I have a futon couch that's permanently folded down, sitting with another couch. And there's also a little dog bed that we just got sitting here, kind of attached. So this design here is kind of what's inspired this couch that I'm going to show you. So the first kind of sketch I did was imagining a wooden base that extends out to a table, and I want to have a foam mattress there and there. Now, I didn't quite get the angles right, so I did some redesigning. And you can see here, this is the more final look. So the tricky part about designing this is going to be the back side. So I have an idea for a leaning frame, and I want the wooden frame to be very sturdy so that when my dog jumps against it, or if anyone's jumping around on the couch, it won't break the back. Now I am not really going to worry about that with this sketch design. It's not exactly this isn't really an engineering sketch. I'm not too fussed on the actual function, so I'm just going to imagine that the wooden base is just screwed into the back. I'll probably still try to do this kind of L shape. So the actual couch will have slats for the mattresses, and I want the timber to be either bamboo or Just something very light, probably traded pine. Nothing too heavy and dense. I have a kind of Japanese / Scandinavian inspired style for this. So it's very low to the ground with very short legs. Very flush and minimalistic. So now let's get into the drawing itself. Alrighty. So it's been a little while since I used this sketchbook. So here we are. Just get this centered here. And of course, I should probably use the reference sketch. Just have that sitting on the side there. Alrighty. Excuse me. I just have to have a little sip of my coffee. So I'm going to do two drawings here. The first is going to be without the cushions. The second is going to be with the cushions. I'm doing the frame only to kind of get the proportions right. I'm not going to fuss too much about the size, I'm just going to go by eye. So if I can imagine the frame being like this, I'd probably have a slight angle off. Probably needs to be slightly longer than that. Something like that. Now with these angles, gotta remember that you have a direct straight line forwards and anything from that is skewed outwards. However, we don't want to be too harsh on these angles, so I'm going to bring this almost just straight down, maybe with a slight, like that. Now I can imagine it being about this thick. I can imagine it being about this wide. I feel like I've got that angle completely wrong. But that's okay. Alright. I think I was a bit too harsh on that angle there. But it should still be okay. So it's a bit of a section if I'm completely honest. This section's going to have to be longer, and I think I might have to go over 2 pages. So you're seeing in real time my stupidity. But about there should be okay. This will be a higher angle than this. Now, I'm just going to start working on this frame. The depth of the sides. I've done that too long now. That's okay. It's probably quite a bit less precise than even I would expect from myself. But that's okay. This is really quite skewed, so hopefully the second drawing I can fix that a bit. Okay. Now I do have to make a slight correction here. Although it may end up looking like that regardless. So this is the frame edge. And I'm going to draw slats through. But from this angle it's a little bit tricky, so I'm going to make it a bit like that. We'll see how we go. I have this set up a little bit uncomfortably, not gonna lie. I made the camera a bit too far away, so I'm reaching over quite a bit, so I don't have as much stability. So I'm trying to hunch over. you can see that was just terrible. But that's okay. So I'm trying to fill in a little bit of darkness in between. Just to give a bit of the illusion of the spacing, so so it looks a bit more than just lines. But I'm going to be pretty quick with this because this is quite a rough drawing. This is just super rough. It was quite a bit easier in my mind to get the slats happening, but that's okay. We'll keep it like that. These ones will be a bit easier. I'll do the legs and that'll be about it for this sketch. Although I do have to do the back. So we'll make the sketch with the cushions a little bit better. But regardless. Yeah, I'm really not able to get a smooth line. I'm feeling a bit uncomfortable here. I definitely need to work on this setup for future videos because that's terrible. It's okay. I did forget to do those slight connecting fabric pieces that keep the slats in line, or at least keep them together. So just quickly sketching that in here. Very rough. Alright. Now I'm just going to fill in that space very quickly. Nothing fancy. Same as before. I should probably keep it a bit more consistent than that. Maybe I'll do something like this. actually it for that part there. I'm just going to put in these short legs. Even those are sticking out too far as well for this angle, they should probably be a bit higher up. A bit more like that for this angle. Okay, now lastly, I want to get this edging right here. It would probably mostly be like this. Although, it would definitely be easier to do long pieces. That one could be one, or one going there. See that one? That'll have to overlap to go that way there. It would make more sense to do this. Okay. So we need to imagine that line doesn't exist. Somehow it does, like. I'll try to make this look a bit more like timber. That'll be fine. It's definitely not essential, so I'm just going to kind of leave it. Still fairly simple, but I do need to put in some lines here. There are the timber lines. Okay. fairly simple. It's going to have a semi-hollow structure. With one connecting single kind of slat. I'm just going to estimate the middle here. About there. Should be a pattern line. So I could even have like... No, I'll figure that out later. Oops. That's about right. Okay, so there is the frame. Now we're going to move on to the main drawing. Okay, now to correct my mistake, I'm going to get the angle to be a little bit more pronounced for the front, so I'm going to start there. I'm going to need to start working on the cushions. So this is the top. Go quickly. Quickly put in the bottom actually. It's a bit easier to start from one dimension and work back. And that's what I'm doing now. That should definitely be one. Interesting. Step up these lines here a bit. I could probably get some white out and fix those two there, because the rest is okay. Now, I'm gonna just angle the couch. It looks like my camera's about to die, so I'm gonna try to do this fairly quickly now. If it doesn't capture at all, I'll of course try to film the rest in a bit. But surely I can get this now. Alright. Beauty. It's still a little bit funky. Some of these angles here, but that's okay. Alright, so it's a little bit too flat on the top here. We've got this weird angle going on, so I kind of didn't quite get it how I wanted. I think that my sketch drawing that I did was still a little bit better. But that's alright. Now I could finish up by doing the little bits, but I think my camera's going to die, so I'll leave it there for now. I'll probably revisit it at some point. Some point in the future. Just a little bit. again soon in another video. I hope you've enjoyed this sketch video. I'm sorry for the background sounds. It's been hard for me to record at night, so this is the best that I can do at the moment. So anyways, thank you for joining me. See you in the next one.